Take a look at this. By the end of this video, you are going to build this exact short film from scratch. We will walk through the complete process of directing, generating, and editing a 5-scene Claymation mini-movie. This diagram shows the only 3 tools you need to pull this off. First, an AI video generator. Second, a basic video editor. And third, the text document we will use as our prompt blueprint. You don't need to know how to sculpt physical clay or rig a digital 3D model. The entire process relies solely on copying and pasting our blueprint precisely into the generator. The barrier to creating high-quality animation has shifted. Structuring a precise prompt is now the primary skill, replacing the need for years of technical software training. Let's open up our blueprint document. The very first section you see here is the Master Style Guide. This block of text is the single most crucial part of the process. We will paste this exact guide at the start of every prompt to force consistency, keeping the AI from slipping into a generic, mismatched aesthetic. A successful prompt is a 3-part formula. Block 1 dictates aesthetic rules, like matte clay. Block 2 is scene action, detailing character interactions. Block 3 adds camera direction framing, forcing the AI to use traditional cinematic techniques. There is one more specific constraint we include in the style guide, a 12 frames per second modifier. Real stop motion is shot frame by frame, and adding this text artificially creates that charming, slightly jerky rhythm of vintage animation. If you ignore these constraints, the AI will try to smooth out the motion and render the footage like a modern digital cartoon. That completely breaks the tactile illusion we are building. Let's put this into practice. Copy the Scene 1 prompt from the blueprint, which includes the style guide, the action, and the camera direction. Paste it right here into the generator's prompt box and hit generate. This is our output. Notice the tactile constraints. The bulky jacket has real texture, and tiny ice crystals form on his clay mustache. Step 1 is complete. Download this 4 to 5 second clip immediately and drop it into a dedicated project folder on your computer. Now we move straight down the blueprint to Scene 2. Copy the prompt for the high-speed descent, where Leo skis effortlessly while the dad flails his poles, paste it in, and generate the next clip. Repeat the exact same process for Scene 3, prompting the massive, slow-motion avalanche crash into the soft powder snowbank. As you work through these batch generations, you will likely hit a wall. AI video models are still experimental, and occasionally they will hallucinate. You might see a character's face melt, or watch a ski pole phase right through a leg. When this happens, just hit the re-roll button. Generate the prompt again until the physics act the way you expect them to. It is a normal, expected part of the workflow. Knowing what footage to reject is just as important as knowing how to write the prompt. Curation is the actual skill you are practicing here. Once you have generated and downloaded all 5 clips, open up your video editor. This timeline shows our complete set of assets, ready for assembly. Grab the 5 clips from your project folder and drag them directly onto the timeline. Place them in strict numerical order, from Scene 1 to Scene 5. At this stage, it is very tempting to add digital crossfades or flashy swipe transitions between your clips. Skip them entirely. As this diagram shows, you want to use blunt, hard cuts. Snapping the video blocks directly against each other mimics how physical film was spliced, which maintains the authenticity of the format. With the clips locked in place, go to your export menu, select your resolution, and render the complete project. Heavy editing restraint is what ultimately preserves the authentic pacing of a real stop-motion film. You let the generated footage speak for itself. Take a look at this final shot of the dad and son walking toward the lodge under that sunset clay sky. By following the blueprint, you have just directed, generated, and edited a complete studio-style short film. To push this even further, you can drop your final render into an audio program. Adding the sound of crunching snow, wind, and a cozy acoustic track elevates the piece. Now that you know how the Master Style Guide anchors the visuals, you can write your own custom scene actions and camera directions to continue their story. This blueprint functions as a foundational framework for any tactile world you want to build. These structural principles apply to any scene, extending far beyond this single mountain.